The Victims of Suge Knight. Let's check it out.
At the beginning of the 90s, Suge
Yeah. Like a little bit after I graduated high school is when he was really in the news a lot. So I don't know much about what he did. But, you know, he is a convicted guy. So let's see. Because he's got a huge history, guys. From being in that Tupac shooting and all. Like, huge history. So let's check it out.
created his own promotion company called Nightlife and hired a ghostwriter
Night-
called Mario Johnson. According
Knight with like the medieval spelling of night, guys. That's oh snap. This guy looks angry. Look.
to Suge, Mario wrote the song Ice Ice Baby for Vanilla Ice.
Ice Ice Baby. That's oh my goodness. Talk about a song that took the world by storm, partially.
At the beginning, Suge met him at a restaurant, had a nice talk with him, and that was that. 3 weeks later, Vanilla Ice walked into his hotel room to find Suge Knight there, who wasn't alone, but with a few other people who were armed. The two then went out to the balcony to have a chat.
Dang, bro.
He had me look over the edge, show me how high I was up there.
You scared?
I needed to wear a diaper on that day.
So I signed the pieces of paper there, and it allowed him to have a few points on the record to the extreme, which turned out to be worth millions of dollars.
There's a myth that states that
Vanilla Ice, guys.
the rapper was
Again, I don't know much. I didn't grow up watching Vanilla Ice, guys. I was too young.
allegedly hung by his ankles from the 15th floor balcony until he agreed to look at it from Suge's point of view. However, Vanilla himself said,
You know who Vanilla Ice reminds me of? He looks like Ski Mask Andy, guys.
this wasn't the case. According to him, Suge behaved with dignity, but there were hints of
Look at him hold that microphone with such ease, bro. How tall
threat
is he?
at an extortion. Generally speaking, Vanilla narrated the story several times in different ways, sometimes stating that they were on the balcony and in other times stating that they were not. Most recently, Mario and Vanilla Ice had a verbal altercation over an interview on The Art of Dialogue, where a ghostwriter called him a liar. Mario claims that he wrote several songs for Vanilla Ice's debut album called To the Extreme. We had a problem that when the record came out, I was sent to Texas to work with him on the album. I did 9 songs and he was supposed to pick 5 that I was getting paid for. But he ended up
Dang, bro. Origins. Can't even find out who wrote the song, guys.
putting all 9 on the album, said Mario
This is why I think the surveillance state can be a good thing, guys.
Johnson. Well, of course, Vanilla Ice's main song was touched on.
Every song I did on that album, he credited himself.
But I swear Vanilla Ice, I don't remember him being that buff, guys. Like, he's got like a chiseled jawline and everything, bro. You don't remember? I didn't think he was like that.
He wrote Ice Ice Baby at 16. He didn't write no parts of that song. And he really believed it.
Vanilla Ice reacted to these words with the following: Suge Knight is garbage. Now put your fanny pack on and dancing shoes and let's kick it.
A
Bob James,
tweet with 88 likes got the attention of TMZ, guys. 88 likes is quite a bit.
who was witness to the supposed conversations
Bob James.
between Vanilla and Suge, said the following:
So Chocolate had nothing to do with that song?
No, he took the contract to Vanilla Ice, made him sign it, and they gave him a check for it.
Were you there when that happened?
Yeah, I was with you.
Generally speaking, it's up to you to decide who to believe. However, we have Puff Daddy next in line. The relationship between Puff and Suge was normal until the time when Suge
Yeah, I just... guys, I do not remember Vanilla Ice in general. But I don't remember him that buff, bro. I thought he was not buff. Oh, you know who I'm thinking about is Riff Raff. I get them mixed up. Yeah, Riff Raff is the a little bit less buff version of it, but Vanilla Ice is so buff, bro.
said this at the Source Awards in '95.
Any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
A month and a half later, there was a brawl between Death Row and Bad Boy Records at a club in Atlanta. Keith
Oh yeah, Suge, he gets in a lot of beefs. That's what I know him for sure, guys. If you guys didn't tell by now.
Murray, who was at the scene at the time of the incident, recounted how the conversation between the bosses of the major labels ended.
And then Suge was like, "Yo, you alright?"
Yo, no, bro. What? That is a super cool hat, guys. How do I get a hat like that? That is the coolest hat. One of the coolest hats I've ever seen.
Then all of a sudden I saw Suge. Pow! Smack the dog out of Puffy.
Reggie White Jr., who was the head of security for Death Row Records, had a different version.
But he did grab him by his collar and was blaming Puffy that night.
As a result, Suge Knight's close friend and bodyguard, Big Jake, was killed.
He was a good friend.
What?
Of him. He was a very good friend. You see him together often, and I think Suge trusted him a lot.
Published reports.
And that's why I don't go clubbing or nothing, guys. Way too scared to do that, guys. Nah, man. Scary stuff. Scary stuff.
State that some witnesses claimed that someone close to Puff was responsible. According to Suge, Puff filed a lawsuit against all the members of Death Row except Suge Knight. Keefe D revealed in an interview that Puff Daddy used Navy SEALs for security because he was scared of Suge Knight after the murder of
Navy SEAls for security, bro? It's gonna... How much you can hire the Navy SEAls to be security guys? How much do they charge, man?
Jake.
And I'm scared of the big boy. I mean, you know, he didn't say it in that type of words, but we went to the concert, it was in San Diego, and this nigga had fucking Navy SEALs in the next room. It looked like the FBI with earpieces and everything.
At one of the parties, Suge Knight and quite possibly Pac began to beat out information from a person from the Bad Boy party about the whereabouts of Puff.
Okay, now that... Doing this now, that's quite...
Who by some miracle turned out to be at the Death Row party.
He might have got a few punches, and he probably drunk about 20 shots of piss. You know?
That's actually gross. No. I'm actually getting nauseated thinking about doing something like... Nah, but...
I mean, literally.
You guys know when you think about something and it kind of gets you nauseous. That's how I think, listening to this, bro. That's kind of...
Less than 2 weeks
out
later,
there, man.
When it came time for the How Can I Be Down rap conference in Miami, the heat was on. Suge, who has never concealed his past affiliations with LA's Notorious Bloods, was rumored to be coming with an army. Puff was said to be bringing a massive bunch of New York drug lords and thugs.
So yeah, we don't, because this is like back then, we don't really have that much footage.
When it was time for the conference, Puff didn't attend, and Billboard reported that it was due to threats from Death Row. Then came the Soul Train Awards in '96. This was the first time Tupac and Biggie met since Pac survived a robbery attempt in '94. Pac won the Best Album of the Year award, but wasn't able to collect the award as the organizers feared they would run into Bad Boy Records.
Suge was like, man, hey man, is that Biggie them? Is that Puppy them?
Dang, bro.
I mean, he starts his car, literally, starts the Hummer, while me and D-Lo are standing next to him.
Meeting between Tupac and Biggie at Soul Train Awards in '96.
And he just punches the gas.
And they had a long beef.
Drives through the fence, literally through the gated area, because they had a police presence at LAPD. So that if you see Suge Knight, don't allow them in.
According to Suge Knight, he and Tupac had a plan to run on stage when Biggie appeared on it.
What up, 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 what up?
We arrived for the award ceremony, and it was like an army invasion. The security guards thought, wow, what's going on? Said Suge Knight. They went through the VIP area where they saw Bad Boys and some of the Crips from South Compton. After that...
Dang it, guys. I don't have, like, much prior research to this, guys, so I can't really say much.
A fight broke out, and Reggie White Jr. recounted how Puff acted after he saw the gun.
One thing I can say about Biggie Small, nigga didn't run. He was just standing there. But everybody else around him was running. Even I saw Puffy run under and hid under a car.
Now you tell me who won. I see them, they run.
Oh, this is like one of his biggest songs.
After Suge
There's actually a backstory.
Was released from jail, he continued talking about Puff.
We need to leave Puffy alone. Anytime a guy goes on national TV, express how much he loved this woman, how much he needs this woman, how much he missed this woman, and just do everything he can for this woman, and she.
So the red carpet doesn't even look that different than how it is now, guys. This is like 30 years ago.
He turns around and drops you for a dancer.
And he doesn't like that a certain group of people believe that he killed Pac, but they do not consider Puff Daddy as
there's more information out.
Possible killer.
Bitch ass Puff.
Like,
If we can give him a mother star, every rat in the world said he didn't want to kill Tupac.
Puff Daddy still got off lightly. The same cannot be said about a manager called Happy Walters, who
that's a good name.
Learned the hard way that he shouldn't mess with Suge after he refused to give up his top talent.
Yeah, Suge is scary, bro.
RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan. Happy Walters, who also managed bands like Cypress Hill and House of Pain, was abducted
Cypress Hill
at a Los Angeles ATM. Walters was reportedly discovered 2 days later at a hotel in Long Beach. He was dazed, beaten, and covered in cigarette burns.
Ouch.
Walters claimed amnesia prevented him from remembering. No police report was filed, and within a matter of weeks, Walters had conveniently dropped RZA and the majority of his rap acts. Generally speaking, at that
Jeez, bro. That's quite a bit.
time, the members of Death Row themselves were afraid of Suge Knight. Many said that he got out of control. It got to the point that he used physical violence against the opposite sex.
You understand? I've seen people get that dough locked on them.
I wasn't the only lady that got beat up.
And of course, Snoop Dogg appears in our video once again because the story doesn't end there. The thing is that according to the rumors, in 1998, Snoop told police that he felt he was in grave danger as a result of leaving Death Row Records.
Snap.
According to a memo produced within the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the memo states that the rapper also
Like a gang, bro. They're really they're scared of leaving the record label like it's a gang.
told a sheriff's lieutenant that Knight had Tupac killed, but no one was ever charged in the case. Knight heatedly denies the claim, which has been promoted by conspiracy theorists for years, and says, "I'm mad at him because he's a snitch."
A rat is the lowest you can go. A rat will do anything.
But you don't think Snoop was the rat?
I mean, I don't want to make Alice. I don't need to put nobody out there. 'Cause if I do, that's like a form of telling. But for the street guys out there, they know. They know this guy never come to prison. They know the only way to stay out of prison is one way.
Dang, guys.
This, by the way, was actively discussed several
Almost a million viewers
ago when rapper 6ix9ine spoke out about these
What?
documents.
Snoop Dogg's paperwork right here. Snoop Dogg's paperwork for everyone to see.
6ix9ine went live?
To see. Snoop Dogg's paperwork.
Snoop Dogg commented,
And 6ix9ine never go live again. Not that much.
saying the following: "People know how I ain't have nothing to do with Suge Knight getting time. We had the same lawyers. This rad reaching calling me a snitch, and FYI, he most likely
Dang, imagine beefing with 6ix9ine, guys.
drew up the papers. He does work with the police.
I mean,
Suge and I
imagine beefing with Snoop Dogg. Wow.
are on great terms now, so if I told on him, we would never be cool, and that's a fact."
Suge Knight is the one that murdered Tupac. He told the cops that.
Well, I mean, that's something totally different.
It's allegedly.
If he said it, it's like white in the police report, dog.
Okay, but
Generally speaking, this is the other side of the story.
Well,
of Suge
Suge is locked up still, so.
Knight and Snoop Dogg. Do you believe it? And did Snoop fear Suge Knight? Let us know in the comments. I think you've all seen the movie Straight Outta Compton, and you've all heard about Suge's horrific act when he ran over Terry Carter and Clay Sloan in a pickup truck. Terry unfortunately died, but Clay managed to survive. However, the director of the movie, called F. Gary Gray, could have also become a victim. Suge was reportedly unhappy with the way he was portrayed in
Just freaking vehicular freaking attacks, bro. Those hurt, man.
the movie, and the fact that he had not received any compensation, court records show. Eventually, Gray hung up. At least 2 more phone calls came in, but Gray ignored them. A text message soon followed. Knight's text read as follows: "I will see you in person. You have kids just like me, so let's play hardball." Ending the message with
Hey, bro, he's about it.
pair of expletives and a racial slur, according to court records. During the hearing, Gray repeatedly said he could not remember anything about the messages, according to a copy of the transcripts reviewed by The Times. At one point, Gray seemed to have difficulty even recalling details about the film he directed, which was nominated for an Academy Award and received numerous other tributes.
I did not see the movie, guys. I need to go see it.
The director's testimony, or lack of it, illustrated the level of fear Knight had instilled in Gray. Deputy District Attorney Cynthia Barnes told the grand jury. "He's so afraid he came in here and lied under oath," Barnes said. "He's perjuring himself because he's that afraid." When police arrived at the film set, Gray seemed extremely agitated as well as extremely frightened, according to the testimony of Los Angeles Police Detective Jason Cook, who responded to the call to show up at the scene that day. According to Cook's testimony, Gray told detectives Knight had threatened his family and members of the film crew and that he was angry over his portrayal. In the grand jury hearing, Gray was evasive when asked by a prosecutor whether Knight was depicted as violent in
It's hard to keep up with this.
the film, only acknowledging that the character took part in a fight scene. The director repeatedly said he could not remember anything about the phone calls, text messages, or any communication he had that day with Knight. According to the transcript, Gray said, "I can't say I remember being threatened by him specifically. You seem to have a black hole memory when it comes to this individual incident," said prosecutor Cynthia Barnes while questioning director F. Gary Gray. The next video that I recommend you watch is about the story of the beef.
Well, that's a video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out Music Vibe in the description. CEO to inmate? Yeah, that's true. All you had to do is not be violent, guys. See you guys next one. Thank you for watching. Press that join button.